Late drama at Testwood Park tonight as Wimborne recovered from conceding an equaliser in the 88th minute to snatch a last-gasp winner through James Stoko in front of a healthy crowd of 270. Wimborne lined up with what is now a familiar lineup. Mark Ford and James Stoko up front, Sam Beeston on the left, in midfield with Billy Maybury, Louis Kellaway and Dan O'Sullivan, who was playing on the right, and then a back four of Ryan Murray, Scott Arnold, Sam Davidson and Ryan Johnson, with Pat O'Flaherty in goal. Wimborne started really strongly. Right in the first minute, a good ball from James Stoko gave Mark Ford a sniff of goal, but his shot was easily gathered. Pat Wilson, ex-Wimborne Town, was playing in defence for Totton, or in midfield to begin with, and then went into defence, I think, and he showed up well. Ian Oliver, also ex-Wimborne, on the bench. James Stoko had a shot in 13 minutes, a really hard shot. The keeper punched it out and it rebounded to Billy Maybury, and his touch from 3 yards was gathered by the keeper. Billy had absolutely no time to react. Then at the other end, a minute later, Pat O'Flaherty tipped a fierce shot over the bar, but I've written down there wasn't a great deal of goal-mouth action at this point. In 25 minutes, really nice work by Ryan Murray on the right. Ryan had an excellent first half, I thought. Gave a shooting chance to Louis Kellaway, but Louis was off balance when it came to him, and the ball went over the bar. Right on the half hour, a free kick to Totton in the central area was headed behind for a corner, but the corner when it came in was, like quite a few of Totton's crosses all night, overhit and went out for a goal kick. And a minute later, another neat flick by James Stoko, who was full of these touches in the first half, gave Fordy another chance, but his shot was saved by the keeper. And a minute later, the same thing again. James Stoko played Billy Maybury in from a very tight angle on the right-hand side, and Billy's first-time shot went over the bar. Really good play from Sam Beeston on the left, gave Mark Ford a chance. His strong shot was beaten out by the keeper, and the rebound was hit over the bar. And then a minute later, in 34 minutes, Mark Ford was through, but he overran the ball and let the keeper. He was under pressure, to be fair, and the keeper corrected it. Corner to Wimborne on 36 minutes. Dan O'Sullivan takes it, and then another corner cleared upfield, and immediately Pat O'Flaherty called into action, and he made a good block. So quite a bit of action in the first half. A good fast-paced match on a pitch that played slightly better than it looked, to be fair, and certainly the best of the last 3 away pitches we've played on. My thoughts in the first half: Ryan Murray showing up really well on the left-hand side and linking well with Dan O'Sullivan down that right side. Second half started very much the same vein as the first. Wimborne on the front foot, and I have to say that Wimborne were sharp all night and on the front foot, first to most second balls, which was really good to see. On 55 minutes, an in-swinging free kick was palmed away for a corner by the Totton keeper, which was then cleared, and then in again, and a clear trip on Billy Maybury in the area, but the referee, I think, was unsighted and waved it away. And Wimborne took the lead 3 minutes later, 58 minutes. Lovely work from Dan O'Sullivan and Ryan Murray down the right-hand side. Ended with a super cross from Ryan Murray, which was headed home by an unfortunate Totton defender. There's not a lot maybe you could do about it. The lad did well to get to it, actually. 1-0 Wimborne, then half an hour to play. 65 minutes, a free kick in a central area from AFC Totton, headed away by Scott Arnold. When the ball came back in, it was headed home, but the linesman's flag had been up for a while. Now Totton, to their credit, coming back and having their best spell of the match at this point. Pat O'Flaherty called into action, making a save down to his right on 69 minutes, and then Mark Ford, a strong shot from his left-hand side, saved down at the post by the Totton keeper. Really high-quality game at this point. On 71 minutes, Totton man was on his own at the far post when a cross came in, and he headed over when probably he'll think he should have done better. Next minute, Pat Wilson slipped at the back and gave Mark Ford the ball. He squared well to Sam Beeston, but the ball bobbled and Sam hit it over the bar. Then on 76 minutes, a superb piece of work by Sam Beeston down the left, outstripped the defender, super cross, really good outswinging cross, and the ball headed against the bar. I'm not sure that wasn't another Totton defender that actually headed it against the bar. Taylor Leonard came on 78 minutes and Mark Ford went off, and then with 2 minutes to play, 88 minutes, I have to say a superb equaliser from AFC Totton. The long ball out to the left, it was cut back, and there was Michael Gosney to hit a fierce curling shot beyond Pat O'Flaherty into the corner of the net. A really tremendous strike. 1-1 looked for all the world that we're going to have to settle for a share of the spoils. But in the 92nd minute, a long shot from Wimborne went over the keeper, hit the bar, and there was James Stoko to head home via the underside of the bar. Keeper thought he'd stopped it from crossing the line, but Alino was in a good position and gave the goal. This was a cracking performance by Wimborne. I think the season's ending too soon for us. We're playing really well, as I say, on the front foot the whole game. First to most second balls. Really impressive performance. Who showed up well? Ryan Murray on the right hand side, forming a good partnership with Dan O'Sullivan. Sam Beeston showing his pace on the left hand side. James Stoko, as always, lovely little deft flicks and headers. And Billy Maybury, of course, as usual, in midfield, controlling things. And a word for the defence, who've conceded very, very few goals recently, and that's down to mainly Scott Arnold and Sam Davidson, who had another good game, and not to forget Pat O'Flaherty. Up next for the Magpies, last game of the season at home to Yate on Saturday. Hope to see you there. Simon, after tonight's 2-1 win at Totton, did you think it had slipped away from you when the equaliser went in?
Yeah, I did. It was a quality finish. That's a good bit of football from Totton, and I thought we'd thrown away 2 points because I don't think anyone in the ground, unless they were ardent Tottenham fans, would have argued that we were the better side on the night. And I thought, we've been hit by a sucker punch there with a minute and a half to go, but credit to the guys, they stuck at it, and I think Sam Basin had a really good effort just after they scored, which the keeper tipped over, and then we kept pressing, and Taylor Leonard's shot, which was deflected onto the bar, and Stokes followed up, 1-2-1, and as I said, I think they thoroughly deserved that for their excellence.
What particularly pleased you about the performance?
Well, I said to the guys before the game, we played at Tottenham at home in January, and we got rolled with a 5-2, and they did a job on us that night. Their pace, power, quality, all the things that we didn't have. I was probably 6 weeks into the job, still in the position of trying to build something, or trying to get us into a position where we were a little bit more solid, and we were just rolled over by a half-decent side. And so my challenge to them tonight was, I said, now go and show me how far you've come as a team in that time, and see if you can do something what they did to you. Apart from the fact that we were a little bit profligate with our finishing in the first half. We could have been 4-0 up at half time, and I don't think anyone could have complained. We weren't. That was a big thing. And as I said to them at half time, I was actually a little bit annoyed. I said, you can't keep playing this well and not killing sides off, because it would end up costing you. And I knew Tottenham would come back in the second half, which they did. But credit to the boys. They've worked really hard, and I've said to them, you don't let the season die out. Or peter out. You finish it strongly, and we've done that, and hopefully we can finish the season off with another win on Saturday.
It's back-to-back wins, and it's a long time since we've had that. I mean, the wins are important, the points are good, but more than that, I mean, there was entertainment value out there. We played some good football, just like we have done for the last couple of games, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't ever going to happen overnight.
No.
Getting things to the level that I wanted. But as I said, credit to the boys. They've listened. They've taken on board what we've said. There have been times when we've had to be direct in the way we've played the game. We've had to play the conditions, we've had to play the surfaces that we played on. But what we've said to them is, when they get the opportunity to express themselves, to take players on, to pass it short, that we would give them every opportunity to do that, and they did that tonight in spades. And I said it would have been nice. I said if Fordy put his boots on the right feet, maybe we could have won. We would have won this game.
He needs a goal, doesn't he?
He does,
He needs a
and I say that sort of slightly tongue in cheek to Fordy. I said to him, the minute he's not getting in those positions, he's not getting those chances, then we've got something to worry about. I still think that there's a hat trick in him or more in a game, but he's only got one more game to do it. So
maybe on Saturday.
Maybe on Saturday. Yeah.
Thanks very much for your time.
Cheers.
Congratulations.
Thank you.